How do clinical psychologists work with people?
Well, we would invite someone to come to see us for an appointment. We normally see people in health centres or GP practices local to where they live, and we would ask them to talk about why they've come along and what sort of difficulties they've been experiencing. From there, as I've said, we would reach an understanding together, and this might take one or two more times of meeting until we kind of have a shared understanding of what's going on for that person, how their difficulties have arisen and how they are keeping going. And then we would agree with them a way of working on those difficulties. Now, psychologists are trained in a whole range of different psychological and psychotherapeutic models and therapies. So we might draw upon CBT or cognitive behavioural therapy. We might use more psychodynamic ideas or therapy. We might draw upon systemic or family therapy type models.
What kind of people will come and see a clinical psychologist?
I guess I would like to think that the people who use the Health in Mind service would be people like you and me, so anyone who might be struggling with how they're feeling in their mood and so on might go to their GP and ask to be referred or self-referred to our service. The kind of people that we might see are people who are experiencing things like depression, anxiety, relationship difficulties coming to terms with things which have happened in their past, like abuse. We might also see people who are very distressed and are using certain things to cope with that distress, like self-harm. So I would say we see a broad range of people with lots of different backgrounds, lots of different experiences. We see people from across the whole of the city, so that's a very mixed and diverse population.
What do you like about working for the service?
I like the fact that the people we work with are really diverse. We work with all sorts of people, all sorts of ages. We work with older people and younger people. People from a whole range of different backgrounds and with a whole range of different experiences, and I think that's one of the things that for me keeps the job very new and fresh and interesting. I also like the fact that the service isn't dominated by a sort of medical model, and what I mean by that is that we're not very focused on things like diagnosis. It's much more about understanding people's experience in context.